I bet welcome back to another episode of Toxiris Thoughts. Today we got my first reaction, first review to Denzel Curry's new album, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. Let's get into it.
It's the gang, we done came on. The gang.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go through it. First of all, I'm gonna give a few overall thoughts, and then I'm just gonna go through it track by track, give my short thoughts on it. Obviously, I only heard it once until now. It's only been out for like an hour, so let's get to it. Alright, overall, I feel like the album cover is pretty good. It's not, I think I have to get used to it, but it could be better in my opinion. It's alright. The length, I think 14 songs and 45 minutes is about the perfect length for this project. Even though there are a couple tracks that are a bit long and a couple tracks that could be longer in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good project. I haven't been this excited to listen to and to review a project in a while. I think this is kind of a return to form for Denzel. Personally, I just didn't enjoy Unlocked and Zoo as much as I did Imperial and Taboo, and I feel like this is kind of the perfect album after Taboo. Yes, I know that Unlocked and Zoo count too, but those just weren't as good to me. Anyway, let's get to the track by track review. Melt Sessions #1 featuring Robert Glasper is a very good track. I do think it is one of the worst tracks, but that does not mean it's a bad track, because honestly, this album doesn't have one huge miss in my opinion. It has one or two tracks that were okay and not outstandingly good, but it's the being one of the worst tracks on this album does not mean it's a bad track. It's still in my playlist. I just feel like the outro on this one, the instrumental outro, is a bit too long to me. Then we have Walk In, which was an outstanding single, and I thought this would easily be the best track on the album. It ended up not being the best track on the album, just because there are a couple tracks that are so good that this one, even though it's a great track with a great beat and great sample, it's not the best track on the project. Then we get to Worst Comes to Worst, which is also one of the tracks on the lower end of my ranking for now, but also a really, really good track, especially lyrically. I feel like you can definitely take some from that. Then we got The Last, which is like my favorite track on the album. Like, I think the hook sounds really good. I think the verses are really good. I feel like overall this album stands out because Denzel's flow is on point. Not even talking about all of the great hooks he has on this project. Then we have John Wayne, also one of my favorite songs on the project. I don't know about the feature, but overall it's just a really, really good track with, again, a very catchy and very good hook. Mental featuring Saul Williams and Bridget Perez. I thought that one could have been longer to me. I feel like the hook from Bridget Perez, I never heard of her, but was really good. And the spoken word outro from Saul Williams was also really good. I just wish there was one more Denzel verse. Troubles featuring T-Pain. I saw some people hate on this track before the album dropped. Honestly, I like this track. I really like this track. It's not one of the best tracks on the project, but both T-Pain and Denzel did their thing and it sounded pretty good, so I'm not complaining. Then we got another one of my favorites, Ain't No Way, featuring Black, Rico Nasty, JID, and Josiah. An absolute banger. Of course, Black handles the hook, does that extraordinarily well. Rico Nasty comes in with a good verse. JID unfortunately comes in with a pretty short verse that was really, really good, but could have been longer to me. And Josiah just comes in with a short bridge, like just repeating a couple words. I feel like that is kind of underwhelming. I wish there was a more of a Josiah presence on the track as well, but that's besides the point. Denzel delivers a great verse. There is a great hook by Black, and overall this track is one of the best easily. X-Wing is a really catchy and really one of the shorter tracks, but a really catchy one. Not that special, but it's a pretty good one. Then we got Angels, again, really, really good track, really good hook, but just not standing out as much. But also, again, good bars and a very good rhyme scheme on this one. Sanjuro featuring 454. Never heard of this dude. I'm also not the biggest fan of him, just judging by this feature. Denzel was good on the track. I just didn't like the feature who handled the hook as much as I would have expected to. Zaitoshi featuring Slow Tie. I know this track came out before the album, but I didn't hear it until now. I don't know why. I feel like Slow Tie had a really bad feature. Like, not bad, but like for Slow Tie standards, bad. A very underwhelming feature. Let's name it that. It's just, I don't know. I'm a really big fan of the Slow Tie and Denzel combination. They have made great tracks in the past, but this one is just, Denzel does his thing and is good and enjoyable on the track, but the Slow Tie feature is kind of underwhelming to me. Then we get into the outro, the Eyez, which is a very, very good track again. Probably top 5, top 6 in my opinion. A great outro, and yeah, one of the better tracks on the project. Now, let's sum this all up. What do I think about the project? I think it's a very, very, very good project. I think I'm guessing at least 9 out of 10 for now. Obviously, you still have to listen to it a couple times to fully rank it, to fully rate it, to get a final opinion. But for now, I think this is the best album that has dropped so far in 2022, and is easily one of Denzel's better projects, especially in recent years. With that being said, let me know what you think about the project. Let me know what you think about my opinion on the project. If you like the way I talk about this shit, subscribe. If you just want to leave a like, leave a like. With that being said, thank you for watching. Have a great one.
Remember back then, all them hoes ain't want me. Now I'm ballin', all them same hoes on me. Mama told me that this came with the money and the motherfucking fame, even though I feel the same. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now.